And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
They've done it! They've done it! It's Maguire Drew! They've done it again, this team!
What a magnificent piece of football! Really, really good goal! You can't let this slip for that! Grimsby are heading back to the Football League.
Love it.
Hello, how is everybody? We're going to have a grand reveal for those of you who are on the who are listening on the podcast. I'm very sorry, but Bruce has man flu, and he has not dared turn his camera on yet. And he said he would the second we went live. So we'll find out how he is coping amongst the stress and strains. Both Mike and myself, little ones, have decided to come down with strep to put the fear of God into each of us. Is yours doing well now, Mike?
Oh, mine's right as way, mate. He's doing cartwheels and all sorts.
What ingrateful? What is that? And Charlie's coughing around like he's a really poorly Thomas the Tank. But that is nothing compared to Bruce, who is here from his bedside just for you. So he's in an office. All right. For those of you who can't see, Bruce has put his background as it's certainly not Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital, because it looks quite clean and tidy.
You can tell the strike on. Look, there's no one there.
Yeah.
I had to make sure there was nobody else in the shop before I could put my picture on. I'm not gonna mention it, mate. I'm not 100%, but we won't talk about it. I might not make Christmas Day at this rate, but you know, we don't talk about it, do we?
Awesome press, mate. Awesome press. Anything we can do, obviously. So if you can, at some point, do Bruce's Christmas dinner, because obviously he's not going to have the strength to be able to do it, then feel free to get the turkey out and take it over to him. I
think he was telling us all he's actually just turned vegan as well. So if you're doing him his Christmas dinner, some vegan stuff would go down well with him.
Loves the nut roast. Is that what it was?
That's what I've seen written about you, mate.
You're not funny.
It's Grimsby and Forest Green, his two main loves. Loves nothing more than going down there and getting a vegan sausage roll. There isn't much to talk about.
I've had a nice Greg's one today. Sorry, I've had a nice Greg's one today.
That's all right.
Full of
you
meat.
do you. I was going to say there's not much to talk about, which probably explains why there's 30 people watching.
That many?
That many, yeah. Let's have a look. Simon wants to know if Madry is vegan. Well, Bruce hopes so. He hopes so.
Don't care.
Everything is after you've had 3 of them.
Daniel Lewis says, it makes sense falling into bushes now. He just lacks
I was trying
protein.
to chew him.
That's the problem. Some of us head for VKH. We head for VKH. Bruce heads for a bush. That's both have about the same quantity of meat in them. Let's be entirely honest.
I think you need to be careful where this conversation's going.
There isn't much gone on. We had our game called off, and Bruce, underlying tension from it, was there? We're talking about Mansfield being a bit, unable to get a game on, pretty poor on their part.
No, I thought it was just that they were making out like they thought the game was going to be on. They were flogging tickets left, right up to Saturday morning. They were still tweeting, advertising tickets. Oh, not Saturday morning, Friday. Sorry. And it was quite clear. It was quite clear that the weather forecast was crap and it had been freezing all week. It could have been called off on Tuesday, really. Hursty in his interview said he had no reason to believe it was going to be off on Thursday, and Friday morning it was off. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Either they're all stupid or I don't know.
Do you not think Nottinghamshire police maybe just realised, oh shit, we've not actually changed the kickoff to a 12:30?
Yeah, that could be right. But to be honest, I'm actually quite happy because I couldn't go and now I can. And a Tuesday night in Mansfield's not a lot different to a Saturday after a Saturday in Mansfield. To be fair, you can still leave work and get there, and you can leave at 3 or something, have a couple of hours in a pub that you're allowed in. No, don't care, not bothered.
Aren't they meant to have had heat lamps? The fellow was saying last week, wasn't he? They've got heat lamps. Does that not work on frozen pitches?
That's for the rabbits.
Is it? What, the cold rabbits?
They have got. I don't know.
That's your vegan stuff
They
again.
look like they just got the same. They look like they just got the same thing as us on the pitch, didn't they? That sort of that bin liner that they'd cut in half.
I'm going early doors, tin pot.
Tom wouldn't like it, but
Tom
I
would
agree.
be annoyed with you. He would not like that at all. Not one bit.
Speaking of
All I'm
Tim Pot, have
thinking
Scunny
of is
kicked
that,
off yet?
Oh, did they not? They did a Grimsby, didn't they? They did
They
their
haven't made
Grimsby
it,
Alpha
but no,
thing. Their bus is late.
I think there's been a nasty accident, to be fair, on the M62 by all accounts. So, but
Yeah, that's what they say.
but they they've got quite a strong lineup out, and people will be able to go and watch a Scunthorpe game, which is a novelty.
Now you're being mean.
That is bad, isn't it? Did you hear that they haven't won away on a Saturday since they beat us 3 years ago?
You're kidding. That's not right, is it?
That's what I've seen a couple of their fans tweeting. I'm sure some of our listeners who like to dig out their Scunthorpe rivals will either tell me that I'm talking shit or they'll say
Let's
that
face
I'm right.
it, that game, they didn't deserve to win it for a second. We were all over them apart from that one.
Like the ginger
you know.
pig.
Yeah, ginger pig. Which is the only lasting decent thing that Holloway did at this place. Oh, hang on, here we go. It's a late kickoff. Daniel says. Bren says National League have their own iFollow now, so you can watch them online too. And Turney McMahon, which I assume is related, says, question time, Mike. Is Finley telling me that Bruce is his brother? Something to share?
Yeah, she might be related for a little bit, mate. No, apparently my lad's watching the other room, and he said Bruce looks like his brother. So Finley hasn't got a brother, but there you go. You adopted Bruce.
My parents would be,
Oh, sure.
if that was the case, I think they'd have sent me back by now. But
It's a bit too late.
oh, that's nice, mate. Nice. Yeah, I think.
Can you
Does
tell
that mean
me?
does that mean there's some Yorkshire involved?
That means there's a lot of Yorkshire involved, mate. That's it.
There we go. I've made it more festive.
To meet the fitties now.
I've made it more festive.
That's nice. Just moving on from.
I thought it was my
Mansfield.
computer screen. To be fair, it's you that's done that, right?
I want to know what Alex has been doing. The Maguire Drew was
Watching Poughton highlights again.
Was there or was there not an overreaction to Maguire Drew moving on to Yeovil?
Yeah.
My thought process was this. I'm disappointed he's gone because I thought he was a talented individual, but I'm also very aware that I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Paul Hurst likes a hard worker and someone who will graft and won't accept any less from anybody, however good they are. I quite like the idea of bringing on Maguire Drew with 20 minutes to go and everyone was a bit tired and he could lace one in, but he wasn't coming on. So Hurst obviously didn't see his need for him. Would I have waited after Richardson had been injured until I knew that I was guaranteed somebody? Yes. But do I know there's nobody coming in? No. And it could be one of many reasons. Maguire Drew might not want to live up here now. He lives down south. He might want to get closer to home. And I was disappointed because of that potential that I'd lost, but he wasn't figuring, so it's not a massive thing. Yes, there was a bit of an overreaction. Sorry. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just thought that I just had a quick look, and I think I tweeted something. You know, he's 25 years old, and I think Yeovil's his 11th club. You know, with loans and stuff, he's obviously comes in, looks good, and I'm not, he comes in, looks good, and then unfortunately for whatever reason doesn't quite deliver on a consistent basis, maybe. For any, that's not just here. That's not unique to Hurst, is it? I don't think if he's had 11 clubs with loans, that's quite a lot of loans at 25, isn't it? In amongst there, Mike.
Yeah, for me, he's decent. He offers. He's got a decent amount of quality. But I think in some teams they'll put up with that and sacrifice it. But I don't think that's a Paul Hurst team. I don't think he'll accept somebody not doing their fair share defensively. You can have your opinion on that, whether that's right or wrong. But it's a fact, so I'm not surprised. And I think for everything he did, yeah, he was decent, but decent is it. We've not lost, the best player in League Two or something like that. We've lost a decent conference player. We're in the league above now. He's gone back down into the conference, so I think we'll be getting better in the window. And say what you like about Paul Hurst, he builds a team that very rarely has individuals in it that shine. It's usually a team effort. And that's obviously what he's trying to do again. So, I'd have preferred to see him stay, but I've not lost any sleep over it.
Marvellous. Thank you for that.
Alex. Yeah, fucking hell. Can we not have someone at least, make up some controversy to keep it going?
There was an agenda.
It was outrageous. Outrageous.
Thank you, Mike.
Outrageous. I'm gonna go right in 240 characters.
Please do. 240. God, that's a lot. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Someone said JMD was classic case of players better when he was not playing, according to some. Yeah, I guess so, but he was still all right. And I mean, he's going to always have a special place in my heart because he scored the winners to get us promoted. So, that's all credit to him.
That's undeniable, isn't it?
Best of luck to him.
Yeah, I get that, but it's not like he's skinned a man on the wing and done something amazing. He's gone on the back post, which any player, if they've set up right for the set piece, would have been drifting at the far post. He's stuck it in, but it's not like he's not single-handedly done it, has he?
No, but I think I don't think it matters what that goal was, does it? It was a crucial goal in the club's history, and like Alex says, I'll be eternally grateful for that. But if we're trying to improve, and like I think somebody else pointed out that he's gone to Yeovil 19th in the conference. He hasn't been picked up by a League One team, so it looks like a good move for everybody. And he served the ultimate purpose for us. So thank you very much, and we all move on. And he might be back, by all accounts.
And if it means, well, that's the only other controversy is like how it was, announced. The story we heard was it was guaranteed as a permanent move. Yeovil had announced it, and now Town have come out and corrected it, haven't they? And said it is permanent.
No, they just said discussions have taken place, and that was all. Nothing's been agreed. So
I thought they'd sent something out afterwards.
No, I thought that was the correction. That I think they said it was an initial 1 month, didn't they? And then Yeovil came out and said it was with a view to a permanent. So Town just said we've had discussions about it, but nothing's been agreed. So I think people were criticising Town, but why would you? If you don't know, sorry, Mike, if you don't know that it's going to be made permanent, why come out and say it might be made permanent? It might be that there might be a long way off. All sorts of things at the moment. You don't know whether they can afford his salary.
For Yeovil, though, couldn't it?
Sorry?
Same could be said for Yeovil. They wouldn't have announced that unless they'd have been given some sort of confirmation.
They might be tin pot.
I mean, they might be tin pot.
I think it's one of the bit of semantics, really. I think Yeovil said in their press release pending a successful medical.
Daniel Lewis with the scoop. He's already moved out of Louth. How dare he leave such a beautiful place?
He's in Barnaby now.
Yeah, is that what it is? He's moved to Barnaby.
Sorry, Mike. Did we both interrupt you then?
Yeah, I was saying that. So Yeovil put in their statement that it was pending a successful medical. So what's happened is, I think Yeovil have said we'll have him if we can dot the I's and cross the T's. Town have said yes, but nothing's been signed. And they're both half right. I think everybody knows that's going to be a permanent move. It's just not been signed.
I've made it slightly more festive.
I love the way that the natural Grimsby reaction from a lot of people is to criticise our club and not the other club, and to the other club say and not our club, and our club's probably spot on with what they're saying. We don't know. So I think there were a few people who jumped down the club's throat. I'll do it when the time's right, but we don't know that the time is right for that.
I mean, because the club are right. I mean, if he goes there and breaks his leg, he'll still remain our player. They won't take him and pay his wage. So the club are quite right. Nothing's signed yet. He's still our player. Then if something like that happens and he gets injured in the next month, then okay. But you're responsible for the wages for the next 12 months, however long he's got left.
I see Wern's got player of the month at Torquay. I know it's only in the conference again, but he seems to be a good fit down there, doesn't he? He seems to get on well. I don't know whether Hursty's long-term plan is to that he still thinks he's got something about him, and to get him back here, I think it's his first big sort of move back, into the professional game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Paula said actually that was more of a development move, wanting him to get some football, knew he wasn't sort of had enough football, and still a fairly young player and needs to develop. So I would expect him to come back. That doesn't strike me as you sign him in the summer, hardly play him and then send him out on loan and sell him. I think that's a development loan, which work out quite well sometimes. Get there, get playing some football, play some good performances, and then you can come back in and slot in nicely.
Well, that's where it seems the way the game seems to have gone now, that at any club, because there's the lack of quality reserve football, the reserve leagues like youth really now. It's not senior pros coming back from injury or things like that. People trying to prove themselves. I mean, how would look at going back a bit? It's probably before your time, Mike. But Benetti, played in the reserves, and we had a look what we could do, what he could do. A player like that, you'd only see them in training now. They came on trial. How do you see what they can do? Because how many reserve games have we had since the start of the season? I'm not even.
Bruce is back on the reserves again. This is Bruce's. This gets Bruce's goat in the reserves thing.
But I mean, reserve games are only ever going to get you a little bit of fitness. You're not going to be playing proper competitive football. And I mean, if you cast your mind back just a couple of years at Charles Vernon, Lincoln, Scunthorpe, Caister, and Grimsby's favourite son, his career as a football league player looked to be over until he went. Was it Chorley?
Cut that man in half, and he bleeds Lincolnshire sausages, doesn't he?
I tell you what, that man must have moved a lot when he was young, because he's lived everywhere.
He stinks of Hayslett. He stinks of Hayslett, that man.
But yeah,
he lives on plum loaf and Lincolnshire bomber cheese.
His career as a football league player looked over. I don't even think any of us thought he was up to much. He went out to Chorley, played some competitive football, even at a lower level, and it sparked something. So reserve team football's good for what it is, but it's only going to get you a little bit of fitness. You're not gonna get match sharpness playing that.
It's like us sending Jack Lester to little Doncaster. Got him some football, came back, got him in the team.
Can we have him back now, please?
Yeah, even now.
Even now, yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, if we lose Maguire Drew and we get Scott Pollock in from Boston, I'll be happy as Larry. So I don't mind that whatsoever, because he looks apt. And maybe it's just us stoking the rumours, because I like to annoy Trial by Det, the Boston United fanzine, who were a lot of fun on Twitter. But I would quite like him because he looks half decent, and that's the levels you have to drop to now. There's no way we're going to get, say, Macaulay Langstaff from Notts County, are we?
No, have they got a tribunal booked already then for Pollock?
Do we have to go through tribunals? Can't we just, take it?
Don't you get a cheaper rate because you'd be like air miles? You've been there that often.
Yes, we do.
He could retire from football, couldn't he? And then we could just sort of coerce him back in. Can you do that, Alex?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a tribunal might see through that, mate. I think they've got
to hire
him brain cells.
I don't want to play football anymore.
Club shop, yeah, hire him in the club shop for a bit.
Do a week on a building site, and then decide he wants to come back into football.
Hey Scott, we've got this new training ground, and we need it started to, we need the groundbreaking. So are you happy to, just come over here, put out some lines, and then we'll, get it going.
You said my hospital was clean. I think there's a mark on the floor now, though.
Yeah, there is. Isn't there? It looks like an eyebrow. Daniel Lewis says, wasn't that the case with Coke half retired? I'm not touching that one, Daniel, but you're probably right. Yeah, it was. It's a shame to see him go, but good luck to him. And
wait, isn't that how we got Maguire Drew? He wasn't happy. Something went on at wherever he was, Woking.
Yeah, I think they'd given him time off because he said he was struggling with mental health and stuff, and then like 3 months later he was signing for town. But that's all I know of it. They're going great guns, Woking. Local club here. They're going all right with Podge at the front. Who'd have thought it? They're fourth in the league, in the National League. That's not.
Our Aldershot doing this year. Were they as crap as last year or not?
Yeah, they're as crap as last year. I don't think they're scunny crap, but I think they're pretty crap. No, I haven't gone, but I might go to. I might go watch their game on Boxing Day because they're playing Woking, and that's always quite a feisty little encounter, believe it or not. It's lots of middle class people from Surrey and Hampshire throwing stuff at each other. Let's have a look. Where are Aldershot? 18th in the league. How are my friends Bromley doing? Oh, 11th. Oh, Woodford's going to get the sack, isn't he?
Fucking heartbreaking, isn't it?
That's a shame. Right, here we go, Bruce. Let's have a quick look in the National League just for entertainment's value. Notts County are 4 points clear of Wrexham at the top. I'm surprised about that. I haven't looked at this league.
I'd love it if they went up.
That would be funny.
Chesterfield. So many reasons. It's a cracking away day.
Really? True. Chesterfield 43 points behind Wrexham are on 50. Woking have got 40. Barnet are on 36. What? Okay, fine. Southend have got them. They're out back together. They're 6. Solihull Moors. Considering they've kept most of their team, didn't they? Apart from Gigantor, they kept most of their team together from last season, didn't they? Did they keep Dallas and Sabara?
Sorry, mate. I just want to see if Solihull losing yet.
Yeah, just say
it looks like they've not kicked off. Actually, sorry.
They had Dallas that I'd quite like at our place. Sabara, was it? They kept everyone they wanted, didn't they?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, they kept the squad together.
Yeah, they're not doing brilliantly. 33 points. They're 27 points off top. 17, sorry.
They lost Hoodland though, didn't they, to Huddersfield?
Oh, that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Boreham Wood 8th, Eastleigh 9th, Halifax 10th. I thought Halifax were rock bottom for a while.
They're on a good run. They're on a good run at the minute. They've got Manny, haven't they?
Fucking throwing himself at it.
Manny's banging them in.
Manny, go on. You think actually huge Hoodland left. Huge loss. Yeah, well done, Daniel. Hang on, we got the raw end of that deal. Green and Martha Manny. I want him back.
I reckon. If I was in charge of Scunny's social media, I'd be all over the fact that 40 minutes after the kickoff time, we're still 0-0.
Still 0-0.
I'd be tweeting that. We're at Wrexham, Moneybags Wrexham, and we're 0-0. 40 minutes after the kickoff time.
They haven't even had a shot on goal yet, Bruce.
No.
They've not even been in our half.
No, I would definitely have. I would definitely be all over that. 8:30 kickoff, I think somebody said. So we'll see what happens.
What they do on the continent.
Coach Cam, remember Coach Cam? Like you said earlier, at where was it?
Alfreton.
Alfreton. We used to love going there, didn't we? Ross Anna got a hat trick, but we didn't win that time. But we usually took 2,000 or 3,000 and won, didn't we?
We did. Do you want the Christmas music back on to make you feel a bit more, feel a bit more Christmassy?
Mate, I was having withdrawal symptoms.
Thank you very much. Someone thought it was your jumper, Bruce.
The nurses that have been working today, the ones that are here have had hats on.
Are they?
They're scab.
If that's Bruce, where have you got these bells attached to, mate?
I've got to say, Bruce has crossed the picket line, hasn't he?
Scab.
No, I've been in since yesterday, mate. I came down poorly yesterday.
Yeah, it's it. Ambulance. It's too late for an ambulance. Sent the private one.
I was. Yeah, they were going to try and blue light me, but Claire had to put me in the car instead.
just left it there in the car.
Yeah.
Get yourself.
Oh, hang on. We're being spammed. Someone's got hot photos of my sister. Not my sister. Hang on. We're being spammed. How do I do this? What do we think, people? Should we just put them in timeout? They might learn the lessons of their ways, or do we want to block them?
Do you know? I don't think a timeout is going to make them sit there and think, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but that might lose one of our listeners.
We've still got 30. Has anybody gone yet?
We've blocked. No, we're up to 34.
34.
The other 4 came with pictures of his sister.
We used to get about a couple of 100 or so. Well, you can tell nobody else says don't block. Daniel Lewis says don't block. He hasn't taken the details down yet.
Right, Daniel, it's 18sex.xyz. There you go, mate. Have a little Google of that.
Yeah, Mike's already written it down.
Yeah. It's in my favourites already. It's in my history.
I think those that are listening tonight should get pod t-shirts or something, Alex, for commitment.
That's true.
Here, Bruce. They say you don't get out of hospital very quick. They've sorted you out, haven't they?
I know. I've just
A quick discharge, mate. I didn't even realise.
don't you start. That's going where Alex goes. Alex was going earlier. That
Was he?
yes, my wife sorted me out, mate, and I'm out with a quick discharge.
I thought that's what you was in for, a quick discharge.
We've been stuck on a quick discharge. Problems with my teenage years, that is. What was the other one? This is quite festive. This is going to get
The
copyrighted
cat's just come in.
Oh, hang on. Does my dog need laying out yet? No, he's still asleep.
I've got
Where's
a
the
fish
dog?
I can check on. Yeah.
There's the dog.
We've got a really grumpy cat.
Have we?
Let me show you. Rosie,
Yeah.
come here.
What
Rosie.
did you think of the World Cup? This is very much pub. Well, game is on old.
Here's Rosie. Look.
Pick up a lion. Well, you got a lion. That thing's massive. Hello.
No, she's just close to the camera.
For those of you not watching and listening, Bruce has got a cat that resembles quite closely a tiger.
To a man who's never seen one.
She actually, normally if you try and pick her up, she spits and hisses and everything. That was actually quite good for her.
Just likes being on camera, mate. It's the
She's down the street. You'll get little kids with the parents, and they go past and they go, "There's that cat that we can't stroke, mummy." I don't know where she gets the attitude. I don't know where she gets the attitude from in this house. It's not me.
I need a picture of Blundell Park in the snow. Have we not got one, Bruce?
Yes, I have actually. Bear with me.
Bear with. Mike, have you got all your Christmas shopping done?
Is that where we're at
That's
now?
it,
Is
we're
it?
filling
Yes,
Alex.
yes, I have, mate. Is that
Well,
where we've gone to?
Ben's already started with puns. He's gone for the DN35 podcat.
Oh, don't start with puns. It'd be like the fishy. One person says a pun and you got 15 pages of it.
Hey, it's not a place.
I like
This
that.
place
That's
is
good.
not- This is not a place for that sort of joke.
Yeah, I've got all my shopping done, mate. Have you?
Yeah, I am actually. It's all wrapped and everything. I'm quite pleasantly surprised. Look, there's the tree.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. My little radio studio has become, sort of ground control for rapping.
Oh,
Where are you going? Hold on, I'm going under the stairs for now and doing some rapping.
Yeah. All I could think of is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in West Philadelphia.
In West Philadelphia.
Joss has thought of something actually. Is that a casting couch in the back? No, that's the dog. Hello, Milo. You're right. He doesn't care.
Is that where the pictures of the hot sister were taken on that casting couch?
Let's not have that. My sister hasn't been down here yet.
It wasn't your sister. It was whoever he was.
Oh yeah, that was true. Yeah. I don't know if my sister's on the picket line today. I'll have to find out. What about the close up? Thank you, Josh. We've got some actual content. Yes. Oh, Bruce has gone. So Town won a game in the Lincolnshire Cup. We're into the semi-finals. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Didn't even know that until about an hour ago.
All right, sorry. Yeah, we beat Scunny in a closed game. They didn't want us to put it in. Stop. I like my couch. No, I didn't say my sister was fit. What? Did I say my... No, I think I said, is she on the picket line? I think I said. No, she...
Are you all right, mate?
Well, if you're going to be in Lincolnshire, you might as well Lincolnshire.
Yeah. Give me 6.
Oh, Bruce. So Bruce, did you send it in the WhatsApp group or something? Or are you just having it?
Yeah, I'll send it to the WhatsApp. It's yeah. Hang on, I'll do it now. 1 second.
Hang on, mate. You're playing everybody on side there.
You absolutely are. They're having a mare. Look at this zonal marking.
Right, hang on a minute. Let's get this sent across.
No, fairness. More movement than Linwood inside the box.
That's true.
Hey, I went down to Blundell Park today, Alex. I did one of Christine's memory sessions that she does. Showed them some videos.
Mate.
They loved it. They loved it.
Is that with the elder people?
Yeah, most of them are older. Yeah.
So you went down with flu.
I did tell Christy. No, yeah, but they were all coughing and spluttering. We were all in the same boat, to be fair.
It's fine then.
Yeah, I kept my distance. I used a long HDMI lead and sat at the other end of the desk.
I'm waiting for this. Someone who's just said, Andrew said the Scunthorpe Grimsby Town game is now on YouTube. How long is it? We can do a watch along. We did that earlier, but YouTube told us off. Let's have a look. Grimsby Town.
Did I tell you that?
There you go, Alex. I've sent them now.
Talking of copyright, did I tell you Sony Records had one of my tweets deleted from the playoffs?
Did they? Why?
Yeah, because I put the Titanic music over the top of it, and like I got this email from Twitter saying Sony Records have cited you for copyright.
Wow, who'd have thought?
What sad bastard sat there in an office in America going through Twitter just looking for this stuff?
I'm not really sure. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Right. Shall we watch the Scunny highlights together? I won't put them on because they'll get told off. Or is that a bit weird?
So how are we going to watch them if we're not putting them on?
We'll just do the whole. We'll watch them on YouTube separately, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, go. I guess. I don't know.
That sounds like it would go well.
Well, it's always well planned. I like that we got bedding music. I hope we don't get sued. Do you think somebody owns Jingle Bells?
Oh, here we go. Simon Hodson, Essel and Tomlinson scored 2.
Thank you, Simon. I'm glad someone is professional on this podcast. Well, what do you think of the World Cup? He says, Ben, behave.
I thought the final was.
Don't write to Sony.
I thought the final was crap until 80 minutes. All these people said it was the best final ever. We're talking shit.
It's like most games of football.
You won't until they got given a penalty.
You only remember it for the last bit. You can have a game of football for 85 minutes, which is shite, and then 3 goals or something, and people think it was the best game. It was terrible. I wasn't even watching it until Mbappe scored.
It was rubbish. It was boring.
Okay, well, that was good. Good chat.
I mean, after 80 minutes, it was all right.
Nice to see Messi win, wasn't it?
No, it's fucking not.
Oh, okay. Look, there we go. I'm going to take a
yes. I thought it was nice to see. I thought it was nice to see Messi win. I was pleased for him.
Well, it probably was. It's just a shame he's with everybody else.
I've always thought he was better than Ronaldo, but I think that the way that Ronaldo's carried on in the last month or couple of months, he just looks like an arsehole, doesn't he?
Yeah, I was very much the same until recently, and I think Messi's pipped him.
Let's fade this down.
Ronaldo's on a Ronaldo sort of way, but
it was it was a bit of. Oh, hang on.
Did you see that fella jumping off a flyover into the bus? By the way.
Oh, there's so many of them. There's someone that looks like he's fallen off Nelson's column and has died.
Did you not try and do that with our open top bus tour, Bruce? You're not, get on a flyover and jump on into the stagecoach.
Very well.
I got on a flyover on the wrong road, though, mate. The bus never even went past.
It's like Mike Bassett got on the dual carriageway.
Yeah.
That's
a quality film, Mike Bassett. Hey, I watched Back to the Future 3 this afternoon. It just happened to be on, and I happened to be doing very little after I'd finished work. I hasten to add, I haven't seen that for a while. Do you like the Back to the Future films?
No, I've never seen them.
Well, you've never.
Hang on, what?
Mike.
I've never seen it, and this is a thing now. There is a lot of films that are really sort of sorry, shaming me. There's a lot of films that are really popular that I've never seen. You could go through some of the all-time classics, and I've not seen them.
You've not seen the Back to the Future trilogy?
None of them.
Alex, we need to find a replacement.
I'm shocked and appalled, if I'm being entirely honest, and we need to put the highlight on Mike here. Mike, this is your Christmas goal now. You need to watch these, Back to the Future films. You've got to watch them. We can even, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
have you seen the original Top Gun?
The Vanarama logo.
Nope, not seen Top Gun.
You haven't seen the original Top Gun?
Any of them?
I have not seen.
You could do this all night, mate. And 80% of the films you mentioned, I've not seen.
I suppose we should just be
I've
grateful
not-
that Alex, we should just be grateful.
seen
that in
Star
Lincolnshire
Wars.
We had TVs as kids, shouldn't we? We shouldn't mock him for it.
We used to
I've not watched-
used to have a stick and a piece of rope and a ball on the end, and that's all we had in Yorkshire.
I've not watched Top Gun
yeah.
since.
Just
since I got-
throwing a tennis ball from your backyard across the
I'm not
alleyway
gonna
to the
bother.
backyard that backed onto
No
you.
one needs to know my riveting life stories anymore.
Sorry, Alex.
trying to
Come on,
think-
I feel
No, it's not.
me and
it's
Mike are
just not-
dominating this conversation.
Don't worry. I was just saying I haven't watched Top Gun because I got broken up to by my first girlfriend when I was like 15 to it, and she left me for a stretcher bearer who used to sit in front of the main stand and took Martin Pringle off.
Bloody hell, how old was he?
Yeah, he wasn't that
This is a
old.
bit of pod. This is a bit of pod scandal, Mike. Some bloke that worked for the St John's ambulance left 15. His missus left 15-year-old Alex for one of the stretcher bearers.
Yeah,
Do you know that's not the
Pod
most I
scandal.
took away from that. I want to know how somebody breaks up to a film. Is that like that song that goes "Fly Away to the Danger Zone" or something? Just have that on
no,
in the
they
background.
didn't. They didn't make one of the Tomcats spell it out in the air.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
How do you break up to a film?
We were on this. This'll date it. We were on MSN and Top Gun
yeah,
was playing in the
BRB, mate.
background. Yeah,
BRB.
BRB, ASL.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, that's where it was. Oh, that was not a goal. It's but yeah, that was it. Yeah, so you know, I haven't watched it since. I think I could probably get over it now.
I used to write letters with my first serious girlfriend. Used to write letters to me, even though we saw each other regularly.
Oh,
She
fuck
must
that
have.
shit.
What didn't they used to have to do with
We
quills?
didn't have the
and
we
things
didn't have the
back
internet in
those
them
days?
days.
No, you used to have to. What was it? A black penny? Wasn't that the stamp back then?
Did they have ink?
I think.
Thank you.
You had to pull out
you
had to pull out a fresh octopus from the sea.
You're touching on Sam territory, boys.
That's true. Sam is very ageist, which is surprising
very
given he's a
young.
Conservative Party. Like he must be the youngest person in the party.
I didn't know Bruce could read Latin. To be fair,
Hey, when I went to school, I got moved from Tolbar to another school, and in
you
the
little
second
shit.
year,
Alice Pen.
no, it was my parents thought I could do better if the teachers didn't have any ambition for me at Tolbar. I was middle of the road, and they thought that they were only bothered about the high flyers and the thick ones, and
Yeah.
they were probably right, to be fair. But they moved me to St James, and I didn't do any better. I could have stayed
What,
at
the chip shop?
I could have stayed at Tolbar and saved them a few quid. That was a typical.
It was
lad.
they put all the eggs in
Terrible-
one
terrible
basket. It
flying.
was you and Kevin Clifton, wasn't it?
Why did he go there?
Yeah, Kevin Clifton went to thingy. Oh, there's a bit of a scrap in this young game. Love it. Town players, town youngsters are scrapping with the Scunny ones. Actually, is that the Scunny first team? It probably is.
Hey, Wrexham Scunny's 0-0 after 8 minutes.
Oh, go on, Wrexham.
That's good. That's good going for Scunny, isn't it?
Would
Was there
you?
anything else on the agenda, Alex? Sorry.
We were going to talk World Cup, I think, but we're playing Harrogate, but I don't know much about them, and we couldn't find anyone from Harrogate to talk to us. And what didn't John McDermott used
Haven't
to be
they
the
got a nice
manager at
tea
the other
room?
one? Yeah, that's better.
yeah, I used to live in
Betty's.
Harrogate. I used to live in Harrogate.
Oh, here we go. Inside knowledge.
Yeah, it's got
Okay, so
got a
Mike.
tea room and a green.
what's Harrogate like?
It's good.
Ben's just said
place to
Scunny
live.
just scored. Scunny
Yeah, no-
haven't scored, surely. Have they?
Yeah, they have scored.
What?
Yeah.
Well, Rex. I mean, that's fucking funny.
As I say, Tozer OG.
It might be that future Grimsby signing Dan Gallimore.
Oh, I'd have Dan Gallimore. He
Let's
just say that his
have a look
dad
who
doesn't have to go to
scored.
Glanford Park. Oh dear. Never saw Bruce again. Harrogate Weatherspoons is nice. Thank you,
It's
Andrew.
really nice Weatherspoons, Andrew.
Hang on.
Uh,
We can't be this Grimsby that we go, oh, the Weatherspoons is really nice.
No, but nothing in Harrogate is like that because everything in Harrogate is posh. It's this old sort of grey market town where like you retire to, and everything's
a good
posh. You
area.
know, they weren't allowed a pound shop for about 20 years because it wasn't seen as in keeping with the high street.
Very Guildford. And then Guildford had one and they
Is it,
opened it.
what is
and
it, a
was just
fiver
rammed.
shop?
It is. Well, all of them are now, aren't they? Thank you, Sam. It's posh, that I know.
It's rare
Who
posh.
scored for Scunny? It's not come up on my. It's not come up yet.
Told you,
They-
Tozer
well,
on goal.
Yeah, but Scunny have got this sort of. They're at that level now that when their player scores, they don't have a Wikipedia link. Is that just me? That joke? I thought that was quite good.
That's very good. I was just
Thank
looking
you,
at the
mate.
score though, so I forgot to laugh. Sorry. Do you want to do it again?
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. That's my Scunthorpe Boilers. I'm looking at who they support them. Andy Urry Builders. Our keeper's a bit short.
Who's keeper?
Actually, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's just far away on that camera angle. Oh, that's a proper Edwin.
Wrexham
Edwin
13 to 10.
Wrexham 13 to 10 to what does that mean? I don't know how odds work, Bruce, if it gets past like 4-1. What does that mean? If I put a tenner on, I get 13 quid back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
That's
So
not
you get
good, is
23
it?
quid back, basically. But you see, yeah, but
Double
Wrexham,
your money in a bit.
Wrexham are probably going to come back and win, aren't they?
Oh, I might put some money on it then. Didn't Max Wright move to
I did quite
Harrogate?
well
Play
during the World
5 minutes.
He did. He did,
What
and
is with Bruce? What is Bruce?
he did get injured, but he's back. He's back now, isn't he, Max Wright? So he'll probably be playing again by the time we play them.
He will be playing for him. Mike Bassett as well. We'll go back to them. I think Mike Bassett managed Grimsby Town.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He's described as a former professional footballer who played for Donny, Darlington, Hull City, and Grimsby.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Bruce. Former Town player. Kavlin Lavery scored the goal. I don't know who that is. Feels like I'm watching soccer.
No,
soccer
they have
Saturday
started
from
getting
Which.
players.
Yeah, it's about right, Daniel. Sorry. We will do better at Christmas. I promise. Ben, I'm not putting that one up there because that was terrible. The podcast one was far better. Bassett has
Ben.
managed all sorts. I'll block you because I've worked out how to block people and then unblock them.
You can
Unlike
go.
poor Daniel, who was blocked for like a month.
You can go sit in the room with the bloke with the sister pictures if you carry on, Ben.
Here we go. Let's have a quick look. I'm doing a quiz at the moment in our five-a-side WhatsApp group, and I'm trying to find out what the questions are so we can steal them. Let's have a quick look. How many nations have competed in the world? Is he delayed again? Brah.
Sorry, I was muted.
Brah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a bit. Christ. What is wrong with Grimsby's internet? Arnie, I'll be back. Yeah, that's right, Daniel. Yeah, World Cup was all right, I thought. It was nice to see Messi win it. I didn't want him to wear that silly dressing gown. Why did they have to socially? What's wrong?
Just nothing.
Am I Jeremy Clarkson in it?
Not quite, but maybe.
Did I do a
close, mate.
racism? It's not. I'm sorry, but don't. No other country is needed. No other host nation is needed to bestow upon the winners their cultural. It's not like we made, Jeff. Well, we did later, but we didn't make Jeff Hurst get down on his knees there and then they get knighted. What are you going to say, Bruce?
Prick out the kitchen from that YouTube bloke was worse than the bloody dressing gown. What an arsehole. Who let him on the pitch?
Oh, Salt Bay.
What is he?
He's a chef, isn't he?
Isn't he a bloke that just literally puts salt on stuff?
Yeah.
And that's a living for people these days, is it?
Well, I mean, I don't mind the guy if he's got if that's his grift, I don't mind it. Like that's fine, but
I'm gonna go around the harvester later and just start putting salt on people's food and say it's tenner, please.
But do you think the Middle East is so desperate to be culturally relevant that if they have anyone of sort of semi-international recognizability, is that a weird word? That they they'll push them front and center. Like because Salt Bay's is in Dubai, isn't he? I think it is. I think that's where his restaurant is. And then you've got what? Who else is there? There's I Show Speed, that guy who just shouts all the time about Ronaldo. That looks hard work, that does. Like this podcast can sometimes feel like it's heavy lifting. But he's every day he's shouting about Ronaldo. It's like, does he not get tired?
I don't know who he is.
He's that young black lad who shouts a lot about Messi. Not Messi, Ronaldo. Am I right, Bruce? He's just really shouting, really angry.
I haven't got the foggiest what you on about, mate, if I'm honest. And for a change, I have been listening.
He was there, rude. He was there and he had a France shirt on and a Portugal shirt and an Argentina shirt and was basically just changing them depending on the game result, I think. Which is fine. Whatever. But yeah, the celebrations in Buenos Aires look a little bit more mental than I thought they would look here.
I don't know how we'd be surprised about South Americans and being passionate or mental.
One of them fell off a monument, and I think they've died.
Oh bloody hell!
And then there was that person off the bus. Jumped off from a flyover, tried to get onto the team bus, and then fell onto the ground. How do you miss?
No, he got on the team bus. He got on the team bus.
One of them did. The other one didn't.
Oh,
the first one did, and then
the fella that got on the bus, I mean, fair play to him.
They're just going to get him off, aren't they?
Imagine if they'd fallen on. Imagine if they'd fallen on the bus and broken Messi's neck or something.
Yeah, could you imagine? There was one though. Oh, there was a brilliant one where they nearly hit a power line.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I just typed Argentina in like I was going to find it.
Yeah.
Power line.
First thing.
Bus tour. Yeah. Power line nearly hits Lionel Messi during World Cup parade. Have they got the video? Here we go. Hang on. I'll get there. I'm getting there.
Better be good.
It's not that good. Share the screen. Right. Can you see it? There we go. Here they go around it, snowing in Buenos Aires. Look, it takes his hat off it. Look at him, the guy on the left, whatever his name is.
And that's what happens when you don't have health and safety.
It's passion. That's what that is.
This is why when we have an open top bus tour, there is people in high-vis jackets walking with it. Purely for that.
Look at that. Look how close it gets. That's terrifying. Like that suits the bloke's hand. His hand nearly touches it. Oh, well.
That is actually a bit mental because if none of them see it and it takes one of them off the back, that's a two-story fall, isn't it?
Have we all seen that film where they're all dancing and then the cable snaps and it takes their bodies and splits them all in half, apart from this little girl? That's scary.
That's taking a bit of a turn.
It's like that. Yeah, sorry.
I'm not saying that. That's a bit of a turn.
So Ben is coming in with the professionalism and says, "Good job. That's a telephone line and not a tram." They're saying it's a Ben. They do say it's an electricity cable.
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
The bus isn't grounded, is it? It's on rubber wheels. That's how it works, isn't it?
I don't think its parents had grounded it. Simon Hodson is desperately trying to get the podcast back on track and saying, is anyone going to Harrogate? I'm not. Bruce, did you get tickets?
I can't do Boxing Day, mate. It's a family day for Claire's family. When I was young, free and single, it used to be every day. Every year was Christmas Day with the family, Boxing Day, wherever town were.
With the other family.
Not anymore. Not anymore, mate. No, under the thumb. Unfortunately, it's. I get away with a lot of things, but not Boxing Day, unfortunately. But I don't mind because we've sold out the 600 easily anyway, and there's people begging for tickets all over the place. So it would have made no difference whether I went or not.
You had to mention tickets, didn't you?
That's true. I had to mention what?
Mention tickets after what happened with our tickets.
Oh well, put them online and sell them. That's what you need to do. Hopefully they've fixed it. They came out with a nice statement and they've worked out what went wrong. But
Mate, shit happens.
It just looked like someone forgot to refresh the page. That's like no, quick, sell them all sold out. Yeah, it's it happens, doesn't it? And I saw someone. I'm sure someone's pulling everyone's leg when someone was asking to sell a ticket for Harrogate for like 60 quid or something. I assume someone's taking the mick. But you've seen that Wrexham shirts are now going on eBay for like 150 quid.
Yeah, and they got a limit, like how many you can buy now, because like they're just selling out and going online and being sent to America or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I tell you something, if Town gets that level of fame, I don't care. I'm selling them all. I'm buying every shirt in the club shop and selling them for 150 quid. If someone is stupid enough to buy my, Food Town shirt from 98 for 150, 200 quid, then go for it.
Yeah.
Daniel Lewis said it would kill them. The bus acts as an earth. It would kill them. The bus acts as an earth. That's why birds don't die on them, because they're not touching the floor. Electricity needs earth. Okay, so
I mean, yeah, but I thought electricity doesn't go through rubber and they're on wheels. That's what I was thinking. But
well, what we need to do is we need to grab Lionel Messi. We need to get a bus, and we need to get him to hit a power line, and we'll see what happens.
What was that science show that Richard Hammond used to do with the guy out of Big Brother?
Yeah, exactly. Let's dress him up like Lionel Messi and stick him on the,
Yeah.
Bruce, how are you feeling?
I'm all right, mate. Thank you. I'm because of my time delay. I'm just going to be like I was when you were a kid at your grandma's. I'm going to speak. I'm only going to speak when you speak to me. I don't want to interrupt you.
Please do. Is there anything else we actually need to do? Did we fulfill our contractual obligations by doing what we said on this schedule thing?
Oh, we started.
Yeah, we started.
People, I thought we were just chatting before we went on, mate. Sorry.
Let's have a look. Did we say?
I thought it was quite impressive that we put a schedule out.
Thanks, mate. You
I
can tell
that
there's not many emails at work.
No, I thought that was good. Whereabouts are Harrogate in the league? Are we going to batter them?
Oh, hang on. We haven't done this yet. We haven't actually previewed Harrogate, have we? So Harrogate no longer have a plastic pitch. We didn't play very well, and I remember we had to listen to their commentary last year. Yeah, they were talking about buses. It was like blowers.
There goes the number 26. It's a couple of minutes late. It's going down to Knaresborough.
And it was also Trevor Kettle was the ref, and he gave us offside, and they took the free kick in their half, which was quite funny. Because you can't be offside.
Wasn't that when they had the rule where it was where you touch it, not where you are, and it'd come back offside. It'd come back offside into our half. Anyway,
that doesn't make sense. They are 20th. We got a chance, Bruce. They are 20th in the league. They have conceded 30 goals, scored 24. So scored more goals than us. Their last few games, what does they look like? What do these look like? They beat Rochdale 4-1. They lost to Harrogate, Hartlepool. They beat Mansfield 3-0. They lost Orient 2-0. They drew with Carlisle 3-3. Beat Bradford in the FA Cup. Lost to Wimbledon. When was their last win? Mansfield at home, was it? Yeah, the last game at home was their last win was a 3-0 win at home against Mansfield in November.
There's some good pubs in Harrogate.
It's there. What pubs are
Yeah.
we talking? Please don't just say Wetherspoons.
No, well, there is the Spoons, but yeah, there's a nice little place quite near the station called the Alexandria, which is nice. It's got like this little back alley, and there's like loads of little bars and things on it. So if you find the Alexandria, there's about 5 or 6 nice little bars around there, which might be worth having a look for.
There we go. Alexandria is quite nice, and then there's a couple of others there as well. All I can ever think of is with Nail and I when I think of Harrogate. Like, we've gone on holiday by accident. Are you the farmer? Who have they got? Have they got any former town players apart from good old Max Wright? Just having a look through them.
And they got
Rory
that striker.
I went to university with him. What?
And they got that striker that apparently we were in for in the summer. I've forgotten his name.
Let me find the forwards. So you've got Diga Angus, Jack Muldoon.
Him.
Jack Muldoon has been at Harrogate forever, hasn't he?
Yeah, I sort of heard in the summer that we were apparently after him.
152 games, 57 goals. I don't think there's anybody else in that team that have played for Town, unless I'm wrong. Quite a lot of local-ish people. A couple have played for Scunny. Mark Oxley, he was on loan for us and played 3 games. Is Harrogate's goalkeeper. So there's that one. And I think that is it, apart from Max Wright, who will score 2.
It's one of those, I've just looked at their squad. It's one of those where you recognise some names, but you can't remember where from. So we've got some players I think we'd see knocking around quite a while.
They've got 2 players that have scored 6 goals, Luke Armstrong and Alex Pattinson. And that is your Harrogate rundown. Do you feel previewed up?
It's better when we have an actual fan from the club in it.
Well, it depends who it is, I guess.
Well, that Salford guy.
We've got Salford coming up. Do
we having him back?
Do you want him back, Bruce?
Is the Crawley guy all right?
Oh God, yeah. Should we just check in with him every couple? That could be a new feature.
Did we have to check on him at Christmas?
Yeah, I think so. Just. Oh my God, where are Salford now? Maybe he's cheered up.
It's in the northwest, isn't it?
Well, they're 19th, so they're not bottom. Gillingham are bottom. I never saw that one coming. Here we go. We can look at the league table. We haven't done this yet. So Leyton Orient is running away with it with Stevenage. God. 44 points. Northampton closely behind. And then it's those 3 that look like they're going to get the automatic spots. Then it's anyone, really. We're not too far off, believe it or not. How many go up? 1, 2, 3, 7. 33.
4.
6 points behind the last place in the playoffs. And we've got a game in hand on them. How mad is that?
Yeah, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, we're for the poor run of form we've been on, we're still pretty much mid-table in touch with playoffs, which I think any of us would have taken, wouldn't we? We've been on a bad run of form, and hopefully after that usually follows a good run of form. So if we can string a few wins together, we start knocking on the door of those playoffs. I mean, I don't think we'll hang around there until the end of the season, but we're competitive, very competitive in this league.
We absolutely are. Yeah, we need some football, don't we? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Can me and you arrange a date, Mike, for Gillingham?
You want to take me out and wine me and dine me, mate? Of course you can.
It's Valentine's Day, mate.
Is it?
I'm coming down to Kent.
Yeah.
I'm coming down to Kent. It's an
mate.
easy ride out of London for you. I think me and you should go to. We should go to Gillingham on Valentine's night. Is it a
I'm
date?
going to show you things you've never seen before, mate.
Alex, are you coming?
Yeah. Why am I being discounted? Why are we not making this a menage a trois? Why is it just you guys? What's going on?
Because
why third wheel it, mate? Why third wheel it?
Well, I don't know what the position is.
romantic evening in Gillingham, bottom of the league, Gillingham.
Oh, is there nothing better than the idea of standing on that away temporary terrace, in the middle of February? I bet it's pissing it down.
There's no one I'd rather spend it with than you, Bruce.
Huddle together. We can huddle together for warmth.
It's a
Gillingham,
date.
what do you? What's it called? Their stadium, Priestfield, isn't it?
Priestfield. I've been before. Alan
Well,
Buckley
it's
was
hard to
arguing with
be
the fans when I went last time
Was he really? Why was he arguing with the fans?
Who?
because they were arguing with him.
Oh, Alan Buckley. He used to manage town.
Oh, prick. I didn't hear what he. Oh, fuck off.
Why won't this allow me to look at it in satellite view on the map?
That temporary stand behind the goal's been there about 20 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's more temporary. I think actually that stand has been. I'd love to know how many stadiums it's outlasted. So it's outlasted. It's outlasted the temporary one at MK Dons when they used to have that hockey stadium, hasn't it? It's outlasted the when Wimbledon had Kingstonians ground.
The Sheffield one for Rotherham. What was it called?
Oh yeah, Don Valley. It's outlasted that one. Has it outlasted the Withdean at Brighton? I don't know when they moved in there.
Well, hasn't it nearly outlasted Glanford Park? If they were going to get, well, they're probably not now, but they're on about a new stadium, weren't they? I mean, technically they don't own it, so it has technically outlasted it now, isn't it? They've sold it.
Are they still winning, Bruce?
Yeah, they're still winning. It's temporary, but it's been around. It's been there longer than we've had the main stand.
It just looks so. It looks sketchy as fuck, doesn't it? And is Bristol and is Gillingham like? Is it that busy a stadium that we don't? There just isn't a spot in one of the side stands where they can put people.
I don't know. I've never been there. I just know Gillingham's a shithole. I've never been to the stadium.
It used to. Rochester used to be a city, and they forgot to finish their. They forgot to put in their status as a city once, and so they lost it.
Rochester's a beauty.
That's
It's
a
a
fact
nice
for all
place,
you
though.
fact fans there.
Where is it? Is Rochester and Gillingham?
I'll be getting on the
south of
train.
it.
I'll be getting on the
Sorry,
train in Gravesend.
I mean, keep it light, Bruce. It's near it. It's not
Where
far
am I meeting you, Bruce?
I'll get on the train. If you let me know which one you're on, I'll make sure that I'm there.
Bike
This
sheds.
sounds sexually inappropriate.
Is that a bar in Gillingham?
What
That's
sexually
quite a cool name.
inappropriate?
Can be if you want it to be, mate.
That's quite a cool name for a bar, isn't it? The Bike Shed.
Oh, there we go.
You could go to gigs at the Bike Shed, couldn't you?
A pod pub.
It'd be like Phoenix Nights, wouldn't it, with the old racing bike on the wall and that?
Oh, we
Right,
should
there
open
is
a pub.
There is a bike shed motorcycle club in East London on Old Street. There we go. We'll go there before. Lincoln's got the engine sheds. Looking forward to Crawley on a Tuesday night. I'm going to that one, Simon. Danny Lewis says, I'm not their type. That's true. It hurts. But
Wrexham have scored.
Yay. Anyone get it? Wear a red carnation and carry a rolled up newspaper. Found him in the Lonely Arts Club.
We better meet near the train station. I'm not doing any walking in my heels, mate. I tell you.
They've got Chatham Town as well. That's not too bad.
I'll be like Del Boy on Fools and Horses. I'll be like Del Boy waiting for Raquel in Fools and Horses underneath the clock at whichever station it was.
Yeah, I'll be at King's Cross underneath the
that
clock
was Waterloo.
at 9.
It was at Waterloo.
There's some cool,
I meet loads of
there's
people.
some cool bars opposite when you come out of Waterloo, straight across the road in the old arches.
What's
Alex
that?
is giving us an insight into his life there. You meet lots of people underneath that cock at Waterloo, dear. What are you up to?
Yeah, it's near the pub hole in the wall.
Behind the bike sheds.
Yeah. Oh, have we really made this go on for an hour? How have the listeners gone up? There is a Pump Track Velo Solutions in Gillingham near the ground. That looks like a mountain bike track. Is there anything else nearby?
You're going to have to book
There
the
is
afternoon off work, Mike. It's not going to just be an evening job, this.
Hey, mate, I'm booking the weekend.
It's a Tuesday game.
I know, that's how I'm going to book the weekend as well.
I don't really know what to say to that. It's near the M2. Does that help anybody?
Are you literally just giving us like Gillingham is a town, is in the south of England?
You're not even. We previewed Gillingham better than we previewed the Harrogate game.
The bin collections are on a Tuesday.
I don't think it is because I'm on Google Maps here and it gives me the date and it doesn't tell me it's a Tuesday.
I've been to Gillingham. I don't think they do bin collections.
Oh, it's on Livingston Road. There we go. I feel a lot better. Livingston Road and Linden Road. I don't really want that. What are the local bus services? Well, Ben,
we'll ask the Harrogate fella.
The local buses, as I can see from this map, and I will share it with you so you can see. And I'm sorry for people who listen on the podcast. This is
imagination.
This is the bus depot here, I think. Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like a decal of an Arriva bus service. So I reckon it's an Arriva bus service, and it is that close to Priestfield. So there you go. And let's just check that. Arriva buses, what do they look like? They're that colour. I'm going with they're an Arriva bus service. Can we go home now, please?
Did you know that Gillingham is also the birthplace of the Elizabethan seafarer William Adam? So there's a fact for you, fact fans.
Right, let's have a look.
It's twinned with Yokosuka in Japan.
Well, it doesn't sound like it was in bloody Germany.
I like to be
this is just about the football club. I didn't want the football club. I wanted the town.
Hang on. I'm on a Visit Medway webpage and it says fun facts about Gillingham. And they're the fun facts, just those two.
Status. It is an urban district. And its climate, its coldest month is 2 centimeters, is 2 Celsius, with highs of an average of 23 in July.
Oh, bloody hell.
It was in the Doomsday Book.
Was it?
And Gillingham was the scene of 2 notable disasters. In 1929, a public demonstration by Gillingham Fire Brigade went wrong resulting in 15 fatalities. My God.
How did the demonstration go wrong?
How did that chip pan fire thing go? Well, we won't do one next week at the fair. And then in 1951, a Gillingham bus disaster. See, it all ties in, Ben. It all ties in. 24-year-old cadets were killed. God, that's terrible. It's good. Well,
I bet the bus hit that temporary stand.
Oh, here we go. Does it say anything about the buses here on transport? It doesn't.
Some trams.
Oh, hang on, look at that. Arriva South Depot. See, there we go.
Andrew's loving this, isn't he? Look at him, loving it.
I think we need to wrap up.
Merry, yeah. Are we doing one before Christmas? I don't think we are we?
No,
Alex,
we're not. 27th.
Alex, next time you say, do we need to get a fan on from the other team? The answer is now always yes. Yes.
Should we just make somebody up? Does anybody want to come on and pretend to be a Harrogate fan? That'd be far better. Yeah. So, when they do all these really successful podcasts where people go on and talk shit and they just have a chat. I don't think we're that sort of podcast.
Oh, successful.
It's successful.
I think we struggle with our content.
Yeah.
Which is why,
please can we have John Fenty?
God, you imagine what the Scunny podcast are doing now? They must have loads of it. It must just be flowing. They must have so much. I'm jealous. I'm really jealous.
Do a Scunny podcast.
Yeah, let's do a Scunny. Well, some would say this is already one.
We could do a special episode though, couldn't we? Pretend to be Scunny for a week.
Yeah, that'd be quite funny. Alex's miserable hour. That's most days, Ben. That's 9 till 10 on any weekday morning. Yeah, well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm terribly sorry you wasted an hour of your time. Was it better than this in rehearsals? Simon, I will surprise you to know. You may be surprised to know we don't rehearse this.
You can't practice this shit.
I'm looking forward to. I'm not on the 27th, but I'm looking forward to the season, the review of 2022. That should be good fun. That one.
Yeah, when we do
we'll
that,
actually have to put some work into that one.
Yeah, Bruce, you're gonna have to get some highlights together. Can you do a highlight reel? We'll do the post-production.
I'm not sure it works though.
Thanks, mate.
Because the majority of people don't actually watch online, do they? Aren't there more that just listen?
Know. Yeah, quite a few just listen.
So that doesn't work too well, does it? Really, but I think we're going to have plenty to go on, and we've had plenty the ups and downs, haven't we? Like I said, I'm looking forward to that one, and we're probably going to have more on the panel than we've had all season put together.
We should do it, Bruce, and then we can just be like Slade with his slideshow on the radio.
What the band?
Is that a Christmas reference?
No, you don't remember? No, when Slade we did the fans forum. Did the fans forum, and he spent the first half an hour doing a slideshow.
What was that?
I'll do a PowerPoint. PowerPoint. I'll do a PowerPoint without sound. That'd be good for the ones that listen, wouldn't it?
He was trying to say that.
1 hour.
That. He's gone. What did you say, Bruce?
I said we've 1 hour and 11 minutes now.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Wickets.
Unless we've got people out there waiting for an ambulance, most people are getting ready to get off now.
Well, we did. At least we got through that one Supermax reference.
And hang on, what?
At least we got through with that one Supermax.
Hang on! I gotta find it. There's a lot of scrolling goes on here. What was that? Let's try again.
At least we got through it without a Supermax reference.
There we go. Right. And we will leave you. See you later, Bruce. It was nice to see you. I hope you feel better soon.
See you, Bruce. Hope you don't die.
He's not talking. Thanks, Bruce. Remember, it's a podcast. You have to talk. You
see you later.
He's waving.
He's waving.
I can't die, Mike. Now we've got Valentine's arranged. I'll power through.
It's the thing that his only thing he's holding on to.
Keeping me going.
He's going to have it sat now, just thinking about it.
He's going to have it written on a piece of paper, and as his life force ebbs away, it's going to fall from him, and it just says Priestfield, 14th of January. And then that's it. All right, God, it's still going. Mike, pleasure to see you as well. Have a great Christmas.
You as well, pal.
Good stuff. And I will leave you. Have I got a new flag for Christmas? No, I haven't. I can get one. And Stephen McDade, let's leave it on this. That's an hour and a bit that I'll never get back. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Christmas.
See you later, lads.
Hopefully there'll be
Merry Christmas.
Football we can talk about. Bye. Happy Christmas.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
They've done it! They've done it! It's Maguire Drew! They've done it again, this team!
What a magnificent piece of football! A really, really good goal! You can't let me slip from that! Grimsby are heading back to the Football League.
Love it.